everyone, welcome to my kitchen. This is the first episode of the Meters YouTube channel, I guess. And I thought, it was time to kind of start diving into the recipe videos because I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys. How do you make this? How do you make beef tongue? How do you make beef heart? And why not document the process, right? Truthfully, I had no idea how to cook anything before eating this way. You can ask Daniel. I was the worst cook in the entire planet. I still am sometimes, right? But you just gotta, the one thing that's changed, I would say, is that I've developed this false sense of confidence, and I just believe that I can pretty much cook anything, and it usually turns out pretty freaking fantastic. So today, the first recipe is gonna be Osso Buco. I hope I pronounced that right because I said it with such conviction. So we got these wonderful Osso Bucos, which I think is beef shank. I think it's from the leg part of the cow. So we got these from Green Pastures Farm, which is an amazing farm. They're grass-fed, grass-finished. I'm just gonna hold them up here as I talk. So they're grass-fed, grass-finished, and they are nice and marbled. You can see the beautiful marbling, and my favorite part is the bone marrow inside. That's like what? Like, you get this wonderful, juicy, tender meat, and then on top of it you get bone marrow too. Like, holy cow, right? So I've made this once before. I made it in a pressure cooker though, and I had to add a lot of water, so it came out more like boiled, really pull apart. It actually came completely off the bone. It was delicious, but I want to go for more of like a braised, maybe even like a crispy outside, but then like a tender pull apart texture on the inside. So I found this recipe courtesy of Michael Share on Instagram. Sorry, Michael, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but you have some fantastic recipes, and you've inspired me to give this braising technique a try. So basically what we're gonna do, so this is just for like reference, I'm gonna put my hand, I don't know if that you could tell. So about 2 of the pieces are the size of my hand. My hand is fairly small. And then there's 2 smaller pieces. And this is for 2 people. I mean, I'm pretty freaking hungry, so we could potentially eat all of this tonight, or we could have some leftovers. I'm also gonna make some liver on the side because it's Tuesday and we need to get our nose to tail in. We need to get those organ meats in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna salt these bad boys with Redmond's Real Salt, you guys. This is not an ad, but Redmond's Real Salt is the best salt. Like, I haven't found a better salt, and if you know of a better salt, please let me know, because I'm always willing to try new things. I'm open to it, but I love Redmond's. Oh, I should probably, let me fix the camera a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. Nothing complicated. That's what I love about this way of eating. It's so easy. I mean, if you want to season these things, these Osso Bucos, with other spices, go for it. We are just so happy with salt. So in the meantime, actually, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be braising these in a Dutch oven, that little red thing behind there. So I'm just gonna turn the stove on, and I'm also going to turn the oven on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. My oven takes its sweet time to heat up, so I'm gonna do that now. Give me 1 second. I also turned the heat on for this guy. we're gonna be braising it, kind of like searing it on high heat. So I put it at about a 6, which is like just above the medium. Gonna flip these guys a little bit. I like to salt them generously or aggressively. I'm so curious how they'll turn out though. I guess if they don't turn out, then you'll never see this video because I won't upload it. But if they do turn out, then you'll see this video and hopefully you can try to make this yourself too. But I'm curious how they'll turn out because usually with Osso Buco, the recommendations are that you cook it low and slow. So like low temperature for a really long time. And Michael did not do that. So Michael, if this doesn't work, this is on you, okay? It's not my fault. So we'll see. I hope it turns out though. If not, at least we've got liver for backup, but I would just hate to mess this up. But I'm sure there's other, like I could just put it in a pressure cooker or something and nuke it, and then, but we don't want to do that and lose all the nutrients. But look at that. So beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so remember, I've never done this before, but we try new things, right? So what I'm gonna do is I have some rendered beef tallow, so some beef fat. I'm gonna grab some. I'm gonna use a lot just because it's gonna make up the majority of the juice. So like there's 1 teaspoon. I wanna put a lot of it because this is what's gonna make my juice, my sauce, right? I don't use anything else. If you had some broth, you could probably add some broth in there. I actually do have some beef broth, which I could use, but let's just try to keep it simple for today, or at least that's what I'm gonna do. And if it turns out great, then next time I can get fancy. So I got this Dutch oven, which I'm gonna show you in a second. It's heating up. Should be good for now. So let me show you what's going on. A 4.6 liter Dutch oven. It might be a little bit too small for what I'm making today, but we're just gonna have to squeeze everything in there because it's all I got. And we've got the tallow already melted in there. It's steaming, so I'm ready to sear these bad boys. So as you can see, I've only got my rendered fat, my salt, some tongs, and that's really all you need. If you want to add any additional spices, you can go for it. Okay, so let's start adding some Osso Bucos in there. Ooh. Looking good. Nice crispy, high heat. We're at about a 5-6. So while that's braising over there, I hope it's braising. It kind of looks like searing, but we'll see. Michael says that you have to do that 5 minutes on each side. So we need 5 minutes on each side. I have not timed it, but I think it's been about a minute, so we'll go 4 more minutes on this side. I wasn't able to fit all of the Osso Bucos in there. I got one more big boy right there, so he'll have to go in when the others are ready. But let's see what happens. All right, so it's been 5 minutes. We're gonna check on these bad boys. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna flip them over. Ooh, hello. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna add some more salt because why not? And look at that. Ooh, hear that sizzle. So I just added that guy in there with the rest. And after this, we're gonna pop it in the oven. My oven's ready to go. It's at 350 Fahrenheit. Can't wait. Okay, so it's done braising. I'm now gonna add about a cup of water, maybe 2 cups, we'll see. And then I'm gonna put the lid on and put the Dutch oven inside the oven for an hour and a half at 350 degrees. So let's see what happens. So I fit all 4. I'm gonna add some water. So that's 1 cup. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna add like, let's add 2. Yeah, let's add 2. Let's add 2. So there's 2 cups. It's looking good. I'm gonna put the lid on. And we're gonna pop this guy in the oven for an hour and a half at 350. So I'm gonna set the timer to 1 hour and 30 minutes. Start. Okay guys, finished product. It's pretty much falling off the bone again. I'm gonna add some sauce to the plate. Just make it juicy. Okay. All that juicy bone marrow, grass-fed goodness in there. So the verdict is in. Just cut some up. And it's juicy, tender. Oh my goodness. Love it. So I'm gonna enjoy some right now. And also got some lightly seared beef liver. Cheers to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and let me know if you give it a try.